Hello children, we were doing the chapter light, refraction and reflection of light, and we have completed reflection part. We have completed reflection of light. Now we have to start refraction of light. The now new part is refraction of light. So before starting the refraction, let me show you some interesting activities. So for these activities, we have to take a glass and a pencil. So look at this pencil. We are immersing this pencil. We are putting this pencil partly in the water. And when we put this pencil in water, we can see the bending of the pencil. We can see that the pencil which is immersed in water, the part of the pencil which is immersed in the water, it shows bending of pencil. But actually the pencil is not bending. When we take out the pencil, it is a straight pencil. When again we put the pencil in water, we can see the bending of pencil. This is in water. And when we put the pencil in cooking oil, when we change the liquid, when we change our transparent medium, so when we use another material, another medium, when we change the medium, when in place of water, we use cooking oil. This is a cooking oil. And we are putting the pencil in cooking oil, and again we can see the bending of pencil. But the bending is at a different extent. So when we change the medium, we have changed the medium. In place of water, we have used cooking oil. So still bending of pencil can be seen. Another thing, we can change the medium again. In place of cooking oil, now when we change the medium, in place of cooking oil, if we use Vim bar, liquid Vim bar. Now in place of cooking oil, when we use liquid Vim bar, this is our liquid Vim bar, medium is liquid Vim bar. So when we use liquid Vim bar, again we can see the bending of pencil. So bending of pencil is at different extent when we are using different mediums. We have used glass. So let us compare for glass and Vim bar. Let us compare for glass and Vim bar. This is for glass and Vim bar. And when we compare for glass and cooking, when we compare for water and cooking oil, this is with water and cooking oil. And we can compare Vim bar and cooking oil. Here, this is Vim bar and cooking oil. This is cooking oil and this is Vim bar. So bending can be seen in all the three cases, but at different extent. So it depends upon the medium. Okay. Another experiment which I can show to you is, this is again I have taken water in a glass, transparent glass, and this is a coin. This is a coin of 10 rupees. Look at the size of the coin. This is the size of the coin. When I put this coin in water, and when we look from the sides, are you able to see this coin? It looks bigger in size. This coin looks bigger in size when it is kept in water. So this is again because of refraction. Its size is increased. In place of coin, I can use, when in place of coin, this is a lychee. This is a fruit lychee. Look at the size of the lychee. In place of lychee, I can take lemon also, whatever is available to you, you can take. So this is the size of the lychee. When you put the lychee in water like this, look at its size. It seems its size is bigger than the natural size, its actual size. So the lychee has become bigger in size. So this is appearing to us as bigger. It is not actually bigger in size. When you take out the lychee from this, when you take out again lychee from this, its size remains the same. It's not in bigger in size. Its size is same. But when you put it in water, just like the coin, its size is increased. It becomes bigger in size. Another thing what you can see for refraction is, if you take a glass slab, when you are not having glass slab, I am having this lens. I can take a lens. When you take a glass slab or a lens, then when you observe at the printed letters through the glass slab or through the lens like this, then all these printed letters will be observed raised to you. They will be observed raised. So when you take this lens and when you look into the printed matter, then this printed matter will look raised to you. So this is again because of refraction. This printed matter will be raised, will appear to be raised to you. So this is again because of refraction. So children, we have done 2-3 examples of refraction. Now let us come to the definition of refraction. Refraction, the phenomena of change in the path of light. The phenomena of change in the path of light, change in the direction of light in going from one medium to another. In going from one medium to another is called refraction of light. Means refraction of light is the bending of light. Refraction of light is the bending of light when it travels obliquely from one medium to another medium. Obliquely means it is not passing perpendicular. It is passing obliquely from one medium to another medium. Then it shows bending of light, or it changes its path, it changes its direction of propagation. So refraction is when light passes from one medium to another medium. When light passes obliquely from one medium to another medium, then it changes its direction of propagation, and this is called refraction of light. So children, our next topic is refraction through a rectangular glass slab. Refraction through a rectangular glass slab. So for this we need a drawing board, plain paper, 4 pins and a glass slab. First of all, what you have to do is you have to fix a plain paper on a drawing board. First of all, you have to fix a plain paper on a drawing board by using 4 pins. So when you fix the paper on a drawing board, then you have to place the rectangular glass slab in the middle of the drawing board. Place the rectangular glass slab in the middle of the drawing board. Then draw the boundary of this glass slab. Suppose this is our rectangular glass slab. Draw the boundary as A, B, C, D of this glass slab. Then take 2 pins out of the 4 pins and fix 2 pins here at point E and point F. Fix 2 pins at point E and at point F. Then looking at the images of these 2 pins, you have to fix another 2 pins G and F on this side in such a way that E, F, G, H, they all are in a straight line. All these 4 pins, they appear to be in a straight line. Then you have to, after fixing all these 4 pins, you have to take out this, you have to remove this glass slab from the paper. Boundary is already there, you have drawn the boundary. So children, now look here, as you remove the glass slab from the paper, you can find that E, F, G, H, they are not in a straight line. Now let us understand why this happens. First of all, we have to join these 2 points, E and F. The points where we have kept the pins, we have to remove the pins also now. Now we have to remove the pins and we have to join these 2 points E and F and extend it up to point O. This point O is the point where this ray or this line is meeting this AB. And same way, here is the point, this point is called O dash. This point is called O dash, where this line is meeting this interface CD. Here we are having the air medium, here we are having air, so medium is air, first medium is our air, then this is a glass slab or the medium is glass. So this is first medium, this is again glass is second medium, and this again we are having air as the third medium. Air, glass and air. So here this interface AB, interface of the glass slab, the part of the glass slab which is between the 2 mediums air and glass is AB. And the part of the glass slab which is between the 2 interfaces of glass and air, between the 2 mediums, that is glass and air, is CD. So we are having air, glass and air. how medium is changing here. Then we have joined these two points E and F. Same way we have joined here G and H also. Now we can draw a normal. We can draw a normal here at the point of incidence. We can draw a normal here. Same way we can draw a normal here at the point of incidence of this line, this way. We can draw here like this. So the angle formed between the incident ray, this ray is incident, angle formed between the incident ray and normal. This is angle of incidence. Angle formed between the incident ray and the normal is angle of incidence, and angle formed here between this refracted ray. This ray is incident ray, our EO. This ray is incident ray, and this is our incident ray, and this ray O dash, this is our refracted ray, and this ray O dash from here to here, O dash H, this is called emergent ray, which is emerging from the glass slab. Okay, so here we are having three rays, incident ray, then this is refracted ray, and this is emergent ray. And at this interface, this is angle of incidence, which is formed between the incident ray and normal. And this is angle of refraction. This is angle of refraction, which is formed between the normal and refracted ray. Between the normal and refracted ray. Okay, same way here also, when we consider this as incident ray, then this is the refracted ray. So this is angle of incidence formed between normal and incident ray, and for if this is incident ray, this is our refracted ray, and this is angle of refraction for this two interface CD between glass and air, and CD is the interface between glass and air. So this is incident ray, this is refracted ray, and this is emergent ray for the whole thing. And if we consider these two at a time and these two at a time, if we consider these two at a time, this is incident ray and this is refracted ray. Another thing is, we know that light travels in a straight line. Light seems to travel in a straight line. So we have just done that refraction is light changes its direction of propagation. It changes its direction of propagation when it changes its medium, or when it is incident obliquely. When it passes from one medium to another medium, then it changes its direction of propagation. So same way here, light ray AB, EF, this incident ray is passing from air to glass slab. So medium is changing. This ray is passing from air to glass. So this is the incident ray. It should go in a straight line like this. It should go in a straight line, but it changes its. If it should go, if the medium have not been changed, then it should go in a straight line like this. But it has changed its direction of propagation. But the incident ray has changed its direction of propagation. Instead of following this ray, it has become this way. So when the incident ray or when the light ray changes from one medium to another medium, it changes its direction of propagation. And when it changes from rarer medium, R-A-R-E-R, rarer and denser. When it changes from rarer to denser medium, then when it changes from rarer to denser medium, then it bends towards the normal. And when light passes from denser to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. When light passes from rarer to denser medium, vacuum is the rarest medium. The speed of light is maximum in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. This is the speed of light in vacuum. And we consider this speed as speed of light in air also. There is a marginal difference, but we consider speed. So this is the speed of light in air, which is maximum. Then as the medium becomes denser and denser, the speed of light becomes slows down. So when the light passes from rarer to denser medium, its speed gets slows down. And when it moves from denser to rarer medium, its speed becomes fast. Its speed becomes fast. So here this is the rarer medium and this is the denser medium. So when light passes from rarer to denser medium, its speed gets slowed down. So instead of following this path, it is following this path. It bends towards the normal. This is our normal, and this light, it should follow this path, but instead of following this path, it has moved towards this, towards the normal. So when the light ray passes from rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. And when the light ray passes from denser to rarer medium, this is denser medium as compared to air. So when the light ray, now this is the incident ray. So when this incident ray passes from glass slab to air, it bends away from the normal. Its speed gets increased. Its speed gets increased. Speed of light gets increased. So it bends, this is normal, it bends away from the normal. It bends away from the normal. So from rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal, and when a light ray moves from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal because its speed gets increased. In this case, its speed gets decreased. And the bending of light at both the interfaces, bending of light here at both the interfaces is equal and opposite. It is equal and opposite, and this ray is parallel to our emergent ray. So this ray becomes parallel to our emergent ray. It is equal and opposite. Okay, so this is all about the glass. Our next topic is laws of refraction. We have done laws of reflection. Now these are laws of refraction. Here also we are having two laws of refraction. First is the incident ray, the refracted ray, and the normal. The incident ray, the refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incidence, and the normal at the interface of two medias. These are the two medias. This is air and this is glass. And this is interface of two media. So incident ray, refracted ray and normal at the interface of two media at the point of incidence. O is the point of incidence. They all lie in the same plane. So this is our first law. Same plane. They all lie in a same plane. Our incident ray is PO. This is our incident ray, and OQ is our refracted ray, and normal is N and dash. So all these three, they lie in the same plane. This is our first law. Our second law states that the sine of, or the ratio of sine of angle of incidence, this is our angle of incidence, and the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. This is second law. This is our angle of incidence, which is formed between the incident ray and normal. This is our angle of refraction, this angle, which is formed between normal and refracted ray. So the ratio of sine of angle I to the sine of angle R, this is the angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction, is constant. This is our second law. The ratio of sine of angle I to the sine of angle R is a constant. This law is also called Snell's law. This law is also called Snell's law. This law is also called Snell's law, and this constant, this sine I and sine sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, all this you have done in the maths also. So this is ratio of the sine of angle I to the sine of angle R. This ratio should be a constant. This is for a given pair of medias and for the given color of the light. This is for the given color of the light and for the given pair of medias. Here the pair of media is air and glass. So this is called Snell's law, and this constant here, this constant is it is called refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. The Snell's law is the refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. So this is all about our laws of refraction.